Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Ijoma here, and in today's video we're going to make this dress with one yoke. It has been trendy recently, dresses with one-sided yoke or one shoulder yoke. Now we are going to do a little pattern drafting, and then we are going to cut. I'm trying to save fabric. If you want to save your fabric, use paper to cut out first before you transfer it to your fabric. Now this is my paper, and this is the lace. This is the skirt that I have used before on this channel. I want to use it again. I am good when it comes to managing fabric because this is just an illustration. Now I'll mark my chest line 8, my bust point 10, my under bust 13, my half length is 17, and I will also add extra 2 inches for seam allowance. Now, after doing that, remember this paper that I'm cutting with is not on fold. I did not fold my paper. I'm trying to reserve my paper also. Now, this is where the allowance stopped at. I will go ahead and cut out from that part. Then I will rule my lines. I will label. I will start taking our measurement. So if you're drafting this bustier, you're going to draft it as a normal bustier with a yoke. It is not so difficult. You just draft it as a normal bust with a yoke. Now this is my chest line, this is my bust point, this is my underboard, this is my half length and my allowance. So when we are drafting, you're going to draft as if you are drafting a normal bustier with a yoke. That's what you're going to do. Now I'll use 3 by 3 for my neckline. First of all, you mark 3 by 3. Then after marking the 3 by 3, you are going to take your normal nipple to nipple measurement, and then you mark your dart line down. Then after marking this 3 by 3, I'll also mark my normal shoulder measurement and normal armhole measurement. Normal shoulder, normal armhole. So I've gotten my shoulder measurement. I'll take it down to my chest line, and then I'll also give it 1 inch shoulder slant. After doing that, I will mark my armhole curve. Now the next thing that we're going to do is to get our yoke. I'll get my yoke shape first of all. This is the shape I want my yoke to have. You can see the yoke is like 1.5 inch above my chest line, so it will be able to cover my cleavage. My cleavage will not show too much, and I brought it down to my bust point. The yoke dead stopped at my bust point. Now my nipple to nipple is 8 inches, and on fold it is 4 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark my 4 inches. This 4 inches, I will take it straight down to my allowance line and straight up to that place where my yoke stop that. You can see what I marked right there. Now that is how you are going to mark it. Then for the upper bust tightening, I will take out 1.5 on one side, on the side pattern of this paper. Then I will going to connect it to my bust point, and my under bust I will take out 1.5 from the side piece and half an inch from the center piece. Like at the center piece of that 9, I took out half. At the side I took out 1.5, and I'll connect this 1.5 to my bust point. Then I'll also take it straight down to my half length and allowance. Then at the other side, I took out half an inch. I will connect the half an inch to my bust point and straight down to my allowance line also. So we have done our upper bust tightening and our under bust tightening. I hope you understand what I am doing right here. The next thing that I'm going to do right now is to cut out my neckline, my shoulder slants, my yoke, the dart lines. We are going to cut them up before we take our body measurements. If you have been following me for a while, you will know that this is how I take my measurements. It fits all the time. So I'll go ahead and cut off my yoke. I'll keep my yoke aside. Then I will cut out this under bust tightening and the upper bust tightening. So this is my center piece. I'll cut off the darts also, and this will be my side piece. I hope you understand now. So now I'll place this center piece so that it will overlap the curved area of that side piece, the breast curve area. Then I'll take my bust measurement plus 2 inches seam allowance, my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance. Then after doing all that, I'm going to connect my waist to my bust, and that is for my side. Then for the back part, I don't want us to do too much. I'm going to use this pattern, this front pattern that I've already cut out, to cut my back also. Now this is my back pattern, And before I start placing, I will add my zipper allowance. If you want the back to have a lacing also, you can also add a lacing, but I am adding a zipper allowance to this. Then in case you're making a corset, you can add your lacing. And if you're making a corset, this is almost the same pattern that you are going to use for your corset making. There is nothing much, just that this one is a bustier. And the corset, after drafting your dart line and all that, you can just go ahead and add your breast curve for your corset. Now you can see the way I'm placing the back. After placing them that way, I will cut out my armhole, I'll cut out my shoulder slants. Then for the neckline, I'll give it a normal round neckline for now, though we'll come back to this later. Now I am done, and this is my back. After labeling this back, we are going to measure out where you want the yoke of the back to stop at. So I want it to stop at my armhole line. So from my chest line, from my shoulder to my chest line is my yoke, and I've labeled my yoke. Now the next thing that we are going to do is to get the yoke area of the front, and we'll place the two of them together at the shoulder. Please, if you are making this part, you need to be very careful, because this yoke will start from the right to the left. The right will have a shoulder, the left will not have any shoulder. So after placing it, you will trace out how the yoke will be. You can see the yoke at the back will be straight, the one at the back will be straight, then the one at the front will be curved. And this part is the right side of the back also, so you go ahead and label it. This side is the right side of the back. Then I'll cut off the unwanted part of the back yoke, and this is the remaining part. And now, like I said, I didn't want to waste my paper for the front. What I'm going to do is that I will take my bust that's measurement. First of all, I came down by 1.5 and I connected. I'll go ahead and close my bust dart. And after closing my bust dart, the front yoke, we are going to cut it out on fold. This paper is not on fold, so that front yoke, I'm going to cut it out on fold. First of all, I'll close this bust dart, and after closing the bust dart, we will recut the front yoke. We will cut it so that it will look as if we have cut it on a fabric. But for now, let me close my bust dart. Now I am done closing my bust dart, and I'll keep that aside. This is my center front and this is my side. Now it is time to cut out the yoke. I have placed my paper on fold, and then I'll place my yoke on top, and then I'll recut this yoke so that if I open it up, it will look as if we have already cut the yoke on fabric. So the essence of doing this is that I want to get the normal curve my yoke is supposed to have. So now this is what I have. This is my right and this is my left. Like I said, the curve of this yoke will start from right to left, and you can see I did not start at the 3 by 3 that I marked. I shifted by like extra half an inch so that the yoke will relax very well around her neck. So now this is the one-sided shoulder of that yoke. So I'm placing the two of them together to make sure that they are right to right. So anywhere that is the right of that fabric, or anywhere that is the right of that paper, you write right. You can see the way I'm writing right, so that I will not misplace them when I'm cutting or when I'm sewing. It is really important. Now this is that skirt that I've used before. I'll start cutting out my body measure, my PC. So this one is the center front. I'll cut out the center front plus half an inch for seam allowance. This is important. As you are cutting, be adding half an inch for seam allowance. If you want to add a pad to it, remember to knot your underbust so that when you are cutting your pad, you will know where it stops at. So this one is the side. I've already closed my side dart, and I will cut. As I'm cutting out, you also be adding your allowance. That is very important. So now I'll make sure that it has a proper shape. After cutting the side, the part that is remaining is the back part. I'll also go ahead and cut out the back part. So now this is a lace. I'll cut, as I'm cutting this lace, it already has a lining. So after doing that, we will also cut out a lining for our back. Our back and our front, you cut out a lining for all of them. Now if you're using a skin net, you should double your skin net. I advise you to double your skin net. The original picture that you're using to recreate this style they use the black net and they double this. So the essence of doubling this net is that this yoke has only one shoulder. So you may need this support. You may need to support your skin net. Unless you are using a strong skin net, then you can just cut out your one piece. But for this one, you can see my lace. The lace I'm using is called Ashanti lace or jollof lace, that some people call it. So there is no point doubling this lace. After doing that, I will start sewing. So first of all, I'll go ahead and join all these pieces, my center, my right, my back. I'll go ahead and join them to the lace first of all. Then I'll also join the center front to the side front and I'll iron. So this one is the back pieces. I'll go ahead and join my back pieces. I'll join the lace to the fabric first of all. So before we turn with a lining, remember the back has a single yoke. We are going to place that single yoke first of all and turn before we continue. Now this is my front pieces. I will join. Now after joining my front pieces, you can see what I have right there. I'm done joining my front pieces, and after joining it, I will go ahead and fix my yoke. So this is the front piece. I will get my yoke. So this is the shape the yoke is supposed to have. I'll go ahead and fix my yoke. So pin it down so that when you are joining, you will not join from left to right. You will have to join from right to left so that that shoulder will remain at the right. Now this is the back, and I'll go ahead and place this yoke only on the right side of that back. I'll place it on the right side of the back, and then this is the lining. I'm done joining my lining also. So after joining this is what I have right there. The next thing that I'm going to do is to turn this particular place with the lining. You will have to turn it with the lining. So right now I will pin them together. So after pinning, you can see what I have. That yoke is on the right side. I'll now go ahead and iron my pieces. After ironing the front and the back, you can see what we have. This is what you have. We'll now go ahead and join the, so you can see as immediately I placed it, the two of them merged. That's why I said you should label every pattern you cut, so that at the end of the day, one will not be on the right and the other one on the left. So guys, this is the final look, and thank you all for watching. If you have not subscribed, do not forget to subscribe. And registration for our online classes is ongoing. If you want to register, don't just drop a comment in the comment section and I will direct you. Bye.